Hello, welcome to Smart City Dialogues on the ET Government with me, T. Radhakrishna. My guest today is a young and multi-talented administrator. He has played a significant role in bringing digitization in document management procedure and promoting non-motorized transit in Ahmedabad city of Gujarat state. Ahmedabad was selected as one of the 20 Indian cities in the first phase of the Smart City Mission Challenge conducted by the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs, announced in January 2016. After nearly completing 4 years of operations, what is the status of smart city projects in Ahmedabad, including its integrated command and control center? Nitin Sangwan, a 2016 batch IAS officer of Gujarat cadre and an alumnus of Indian Institute of Technology-Madras, is Chief Executive Officer of Smart City Ahmedabad Development Limited. He joins me from Ahmedabad. Welcome to Smart City Dialogues.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Radhakrishna, and I'm privileged to be here.
So, Smart City Ahmedabad Development Limited is completing nearly 5 years of its tenure as a special purpose vehicles. Which are the significant technology initiatives planned or being implemented in Ahmedabad city?
Ahmedabad was one of the first cities to implement, if you can see in the background also, what we call as safe and secure Ahmedabad. So, implementing CCTV cameras at various locations and installing red light violation detection mechanism there and generation of automatic challans. Ahmedabad was one of the first cities in India, and as of now, you will be glad to know that we have generated more than 25 crore rupees of revenue also out of this thing. And second initiative, I would like to say that the objective of smart cities was not only to implement technology, but also to use this technology to use behavior of the people and also to serve people of Ahmedabad. We launched a centralized citizen grievance helpline, and in that we improved over the years. Recently, we also introduced a mechanism of providing feedback into that thing. It's similar to whenever you are riding an Ola or Uber cab, and at the end of the ride, you rate how it was. So similarly, whenever we redress a grievance, we ask the users to give a feedback so that internally we can manage our own show better. We can focus upon areas which are given less attention by maybe some officers who have not resolved the complaint as per the satisfaction of the citizens. So that is helping us also, and I believe that is helping the citizens also. Similarly, in Ahmedabad, we have introduced electric buses, non-motorized transport in form of smart e-bikes and smart bicycles. And if we talk about another technological initiative, recently we inaugurated a digital library in Ahmedabad, the iconic capital library of Ahmedabad and its branch libraries. They were automated by RFID solutions, and any user sitting from anywhere now can apply to membership to our libraries and can search the catalog and book reserve the books. So we are trying to touch almost every facet of citizen lives in Ahmedabad.
Sir, if you look at overall projects, how many projects have been initiated so far by the Ahmedabad Smart City, and how many are delivered and detailed project reports are done?
Since, as you rightly mentioned in the beginning of this talk, that Ahmedabad was round one city among the 20 cities. So now we are towards the fag end of this smart city mission, and we have booked almost 900 crore out of 1,000 crore rupees that our city got. And I would like to brief here. There are many types of projects that we take in Ahmedabad, and which are classified into three categories. One is which are driven purely by the smart city mission funds, that is 1,000 crore rupees. Second is EPP projects, public-private partnership, and the third ones are convergence projects. Which we help other departments in execution of some projects, and which are considered to make the city smart. So in these total, around more than 20 projects we have taken in Ahmedabad, and DVRs have been issued for all of them. So now we have only say 50 crore rupees of cushion left with us, and maybe one or two projects more can be taken in Ahmedabad. So most of the projects have been taken, DVRs have been issued, and mostly of them have been executed also. If I take example of smart intelligent transport management system in Ahmedabad. Ahmedabad was one of the first cities in India which actually issued an open loop mobility card in Ahmedabad. So that project has already given go live, and similarly, as I talked about safe and secure Ahmedabad, this has also commenced its operations. So in last 5 years, we have done significant progress, and most of the projects are towards their completion stage.
So the smart city mission was conceived before the COVID scenario. In the wake of COVID pandemic, did you see any strategy change in your approach for implementing projects? In addition to that, the health and education, these two are badly affected by the COVID pandemic. And most of the integrated command and control centers are becoming a nodal point for management of the pandemic. How significant these opportunities for your smart city Ahmedabad?
I agree with you that education and health have been badly affected, but within the mandate of smart city and particularly in Ahmedabad, these two areas could not be given adequate coverage for the plain reason that even before the pandemic hit us, we had already made our allocations. But nonetheless, we have tried to actively engage into IAC activities. We have tried to use our command and control centers to monitor, COVID guidelines violation incidents, because we have more than 3,000 cameras in the city. So from that perspective, we have tried to renegotiate our strategy, how to use our assets and resources, which apart from the original purpose for which they were actually implemented. So if you have seen reports in media, we have used command and control center for speeding violations, for non-mask violations, and in last March and April, May, we have used these resources to disperse crowd whenever there was gathering. So we have tried to use our existing resources in a novel way. But as you are mentioning that how an approach was modified in Smart City Ahmedabad, that has been done at the corporation level, and I would like to make a qualitative difference here. That corporation is different and Smart City is slightly different thing. But in corporation, focus has been there on improving education and health sector, and there has been a lot of investment into ramping up health infrastructure particularly. And you must be hearing in the news also that we are one of the first cities which implemented this oxygen distribution center. So things have really improved, and I would like to give due credit to other departments also who are actually doing it in Ahmedabad.
Which are the proven techniques of project management applied in dealing with the smart city projects, either in technology projects or non-technology projects? Can you share one or two best examples that you have adopted?
If you are talking about purely in technical terms, which project management techniques are being used, I have to really think about that, because unlike in private sectors where you use Gantt charts and all these things, these are not used here because public sector is slightly complex than the private sector. Projects are not always linear because sometimes many issues also come. If I give an example of safe and secure Ahmedabad, it had multiple components including large visual and media displays, VMDs. Then but sometimes you have issues of locations also. Sometimes you have some litigations also. For example, in the convergence projects, we have rehabilitations project also. But in that, we face issues because of various factors. So those traditional PMC project management techniques, they are generally not very suitable in public projects. But definitely, I mean, we review the projects at a very frequent manner. And there is a project management committee also in Smart City Ahmedabad, which includes not only commissioner but also elected representative also. So this is one of the platforms which ensures that implementation of projects is done timely, and the implementation remains under scrutiny of the elected as well as non-elected representatives.
Can you introduce your consultant, PMC, and master system integrator, and if any other support technology partners with the Smart City Ahmedabad?
We have two PMCs with us. One is PricewaterhouseCoopers, or PwC, and another is TCE from the Tata House of Tatas. So they deal with different kind of projects as per their work allocation. So these are two that are working with us. This integrated command and control center is part of the larger project of Safe and Secure Ahmedabad. And in that, our implementing partner is Primex IT Limited, which was the original vendor. But when it went into recently, it changed into TSIPL. So they are our IT integrator in IEEE.
Smart cities are basically area-based development focus. How are you aligning smart city projects with the development goals of the Ahmedabad city and its municipal corporation areas, if there are any chances?
First of all, I would like to slightly disagree upon that. Smart city projects are not only focused on area-based development; they have dual focus of pan city development also and area-based development also. Some projects have focus of area development. If I take example of retrofitting of some gardens in Ahmedabad, or some project on in particular other area like a rehabilitation project, something like that. But if we take projects like ITMS or the ICCC or the public mobility projects, then they are having an impact on the wider city itself. And generally, as I told you, that we have a project management committee which has elected representative also and which has officers from various departments also. Then we have a deep and intricate integration with Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, and our objectives are in complete alignment with Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, because whenever a project is taken up by the board or by the project management committee, it is well researched and a consultative approach is taken, and only after that the project is taken, so that there is seamless integration with all the department. I would like to give just one example. We took a project of water SCADA. So it was regarding the distribution of water from the treatment plant to various areas in 4 zones of Ahmedabad. But even before that, a SCADA project was already undertaken by the Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation, which was mainly related to the treatment plants and was limited till there. But as we can very well imagine also that such kind of projects work more effectively when they are integrated to the larger network also. So we floated this idea, and before even before doing that, we actually consulted the department, and only after and the stakeholders, and only after that we figured out which areas needs to be focused first, and only after that the project was taken. So that's how projects are taken in the smart city, and it's not like that the smart city work entirely in silos than other departments of Ahmedabad Municipal Corporation.
Sir, what should be 2 key focus areas for smart city administrators like you in the next 6 months?
I personally believe that whatever we have at our hand, we should be doing that in a very, very impeccable and perfect manner. So whatever projects we have in our own kitty, I would like to give them a perfect finish. So if you visit our smart library in Ahmedabad, it is now at par with any other library of Ahmedabad or say National University. Actually, we studied the models of all these universities libraries, and only after that we came with the solution for the library of Ahmedabad. So the same is the case with the remaining projects which are already in pipeline, and like every other project or every other company that we have in our city. So we have also to manage our finances, also to see that every penny is utilized in a manner which can justify the public funds. So these are 2 priorities that we have efficiency in our implementation, and we meet the desired goals and objectives. And maybe you wanted to know what new is in my mind in next 6 months, but as I already told that we have already taken all the projects that we could have, so there is nothing new that we can take.
So public-private partnership are generally encouraged in government projects. The equal importance also given in smart cities also at the national level, at the cities level as well. Can you share how open Ahmedabad smart city is in public-private partnerships? If any examples, 1 or 2 in your projects?
We are actually very open to that, and let me tell you one thing. PPPs generally succeed only when they are designed in a manner that it is a win-win situation for all the three stakeholders: government, the private player, and public. I will give you one example. I will give you a couple of examples, not one example. Ahmedabad is the only city, I think, in India right now, which is operating smart toilets on a PPP basis at a scale that we have. Second example I would like to give: Ahmedabad is the only city which is operating, this public bike sharing system in a manner which no other city is doing. And when I'm saying in a manner, I will tell you a couple of components. First is we have not invested even a single penny into this thing. Most of other cities, if you see, then either the city government or the state government, they have invested very heavily into the models, but still they couldn't function. But in our case, we ensured that we will not be involved into investing, but at the same time we will not lag behind into supporting the public bike sharing players in any way. So we supported them in every manner, whether it was regarding providing of space to park their vehicles, or it was regarding providing some workshop for their repairs, or it was regarding promoting them on social media platform. I mean, in every other way. So we were very, very proactive into that thing, and that's why you can see my bike and Yulu have succeeded in Ahmedabad in a manner, which was not possible in case of say Bounce in Bangalore. So this is the second project, and similarly, the third project that we have is a smart water ATM. So that is a project which is oriented towards every common person. So you can get quality water at a very minimum price, and I think these are three projects that we are doing. And similarly, there are other projects also like rehabilitation of slums in Vadaj area. That's also going. And if you see the scale of that project, I think that's very, very big. And the way it has succeeded and it's going on, I think that itself is a very, very good indicator that how PPP projects can succeed if they are designed in a proper manner.
Okay. So did you discuss in board meetings in the recent past the future of Smart City Ahmedabad Development Limited after completing the 5 years tenure as a special purpose vehicle?
Yes, definitely. I mean, we always have this thing in mind, because since it is an SPV or it's a company, so it has to sustain itself. I mean, it cannot always rely upon grant, and as it is a mission, so it will someday end. So as I told you that we have tried to establish our own revenue sources. One I have mentioned that through Safe and Secure Ahmedabad, we have already generated 25 crore rupees of revenue through Chalane, right? And into that we have 50% share with police or the home department. And similarly, we have installed these large VMD displays. So through that also we are having earning. So this is how we are trying to generate income for ourselves, and I think we will be doing pretty well in that area.
Electronic vehicles and telemedicine applications are some of the smart cities are pursuing to self-sustain or the next opportunities for the smart cities. In your case, which are the opportunities that you are trying to explore in addition to the mission?
We have tried to come up with a draft policy of electric vehicle promotion in Ahmedabad and electric vehicle charging infrastructure promotion. And this area is primarily dominated by two kinds of operators. First, who are government, for example, ESL, and second is private, like Fortum, which is a European company. So whenever they start operating in certain area, then they have certain terms and conditions with the city government or the smart city, some other organization. So we have designed a policy right now, and which is now in pipeline and will be approved very soon. In Ahmedabad, we will be providing space to such kind of electric vehicle charging companies, and it will be a very, very uniform system, hassle-free for them, that it will be implemented swiftly. So I think that is one area that we are focusing right now. Yeah, that's it. That's one area that we are in the near future we will be implementing.
Sir, Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs thinks that all smart cities are laboratories. These successful laboratories and best projects can be expanded to the other cities in the respective states. What is your view? Some of the best projects that you have implemented, do they have a potential for replication across your other cities in Gujarat?
Yes, definitely. I mean, every city has done, very well in certain areas and couldn't do well in certain other areas because that's how things work in life. Not only in other parts of Gujarat, but Ahmedabad Smart City is actually has actually signed an MOU with Jammu Smart City recently, and we have visited there, and actually we acted, as some sort of consultant for them, and we have advised them on various projects like their own city public bike sharing project, and similarly the smart lighting project. So a couple of projects we have suggested to them also. And similarly, we are also learning. I will not say we have been at the top rank since last couple of years, but I won't say we are the best in every area. So we are also learning from other cities, like how we can improve our safe and secure Ahmedabad projects, and how we can improve our revenues into this thing. And similarly, this cross learning happens, and the Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs has created some platforms also for this thing, and there are regular meetings, and the CEOs learn from each other.
Finally, sir, when will you complete 5 years of operations, and will Smart City Ahmedabad Development Corporation Limited continue its operations after this tenure?
Yeah, yes, it will definitely continue its operations because the projects that have been taken, most of them are of not such nature that they are one-off. If you take the SASA project or ITMS project or any other project, they are long-term projects which are benefiting the city now, and they will continue to benefit. And for that, the existence of smart city will be required.
So Nitin Sangwan, I thank you very much for joining me on Smart City Dialogues.
Yeah, thank you, Radhakrishna ji. I think you have been very nice and you brought out very pertinent questions, and which were very incisive and very relevant. I must thank you for inviting me here. Thank you.
Thank you and good day to you, sir.